Ready to go.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is T. Chris Johnson, and I am the chairman of the board of directors for the Augusta, Georgia Land Bank Authority. Welcome to our February meeting. As is our normal custom, I'm going to start with Mr. Arnett, and I'm going to ask everyone to tell us who you are and what organization you represent, and then we'll get started with the meeting. Here.
I'm Gary Arnett. I'm with the redevelopment sector with housing and development.
Jamila Cook, redevelopment sector, housing and community development.
David Denmark with Senecal Construction. I'm with Lewis Land and Properties.
I'm Laurel Landon. I'm also with Landon Properties.
Ingrid Duque with Casa Ventures.
Shabbat Planning Development Department, board member with them.
I'm John Manton, attorney, Land Bank.
Ryan Downs, Land Bank Board.
Scott Roundtree with the Tax Assessors and Land Bank Board.
Andre Smith, just myself.
Okay.
Sean Edwards, Land Bank.
Hey everyone, Bianca Spicer, Quality Control for Property Brothers and Sisters.
Martin Washington, property brother, sister, investor, builder.
Laura Jones for Land Bank.
Evelyn Norris with Orlando.
Susan McCord with
And this lovely young lady that's walking in is Ms. Kara Gordon, and she is a board member as well. Okay. Board members, you should have received a copy of the meeting minutes from January 7th. If you have not had a chance to take a look, please do so at this time. If you have, certainly I'll take a motion from the floor as to what to do with the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes from January.
Second. I have a motion made by Mr. Scott Roundtree to approve the meeting minutes from January 7th, and a second by Mr. Ryan Downs. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, item 2B, approve request from Landon Property Investments to purchase the land bank parcel located at 103 McElmurray Drive and 2150 Kingsley Court for construction of single-family housing. Ms. Jones.
So first, my apologies on 103 McElmurray Drive. Director Edwards did inform me that we actually approved that for sale to another party. So we're taking that off, we're refunding their deposit on that one. So from this point moving forward, just ignore that one. But we have worked with Landon Property Investments before. They started buying property with us late last year, and they've actually started developing on one of their parcels on Melody Drive from us. So they're moving relatively quickly, and they want to keep momentum. So they're looking to purchase 2150 Kingsley Court. This area is, I believe, like right off of Rozier Road. In that subdivision, it is residentially zoned. And if you take a look at the price sheet, because we removed that Walker Drive property, I kind of want to walk through the price sheet with you again. So they have turned in their $6,000 deposit for Kingsley Court, and they are offering $12,000 at closing. The fair market value for this property is $20,000. Their proposed total is $18,000. What we would be asking for if we were to extinguish the demolition fee would be the $6,000 plus the $20,000, which would be $26,000. So it's about an $8,000 difference with their counter offer. We are recommending approval. They are moving, they're developing. Their development definitely meets the mission of the land bank, so we're recommending approval.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I understand. The total cost. The total cost of this property is $27,500.
Both properties.
That was for both properties.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
Okay, so $18,000 is the total cost for the 2150 Kingsley Court.
Yes, that's their counter offer to
Correct.
just purchase that one.
Okay, and is that acceptable to staff?
Yes, that will cover our fees and also, property.
Okay, and then they have already paid, they've already submitted 12,000, is that correct?
Yes, but they are getting 6,000 of that back
That's
because
right.
it was a deposit.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Got it, okay. Board members, questions, comments?
None.
Motion to approve.
Okay, I have a motion from Ms. Karen Gordon to approve. Do I have a second? Motion has been made by Ms. Karen Gordon and seconded by Mr. Scott Roundtree to approve the purchase of 2150 Kingsley Court by Landon Property Investments for the price of $18,000. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. 2C, approve request from Property Brothers Sisters Holding LLC to purchase land bank parcel located at 420 Fairhope Street for construction of multifamily housing. Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. So Mr. Martin and Ms. Spicer are here if there are questions about the design, but they are looking to continue the work that they're already doing in the community. They've already started projects in multiple places in the downtown core, have done those independent of the land bank, and now are looking to take advantage of what we have to offer. This property will make sense for them. They're paying full market value for it, as well as the total of the deposit to get it out of our inventory. They are requesting that a demolition lien be part of the motion to be forgiven, but without the land bank's assistance, you can't sell a $4,000 lot with a $4,400 lien against it. So it's upside down. Staff is recommending approval for a total sales price of $10,000, $4,000 of which would come to closing.
And you've already built a couple houses over there in Marion Home, is that correct?
That's correct.
That's on the slant, the slant roofing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
507 Fairhope Street and 117 McNamara.
Got it.
Yes, sir.
Just for the board's edification, the property they built on Fairhope is actually one that we made as part of our tour during our last conference in May. So we've actually showcased their work before.
Board members?
Only concern is it is a non-conforming lot. It's wide enough, I don't know, deep enough. So I guess we have to like setbacks. So you might wanna come talk to Kid. You can make sure you're good on that.
We haven't had that discussion yet, but, once we acquire, we'll draft up the plans and meet the setbacks in case we have to deviate from the current plan that we have for the duplex that we built at 2122 Circular Drive and 1424 Brown Street.
That's all I'm saying.
Mr. Bassett, would you be okay with them making the purchase prior to getting back with your organization about?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Scott Roundtree and properly seconded by Ms. Karen Gordon to sell the property located at 420 Fairhope Street to Property Brothers and Sisters Holding LLC for the price of $10,000. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Item 2D, approve request from Property Brothers and Sisters Holding LLC to purchase HCD parcel located at 1464 Brown Street. Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir. So there's been discussion between Housing and Community Development, Mr. Arnett specifically, and myself, helping them to unload some of their inventory. But as the board is aware, we don't vet the application, investor, or developer for city property. So we've asked city staff to be here to speak on the item.
Got it. Mr. Arnett.
Awesome. Yes, in the partner here, we've been discussing for about a few months now, discussing 1464 Brown Street, and she showed very much interest in a home that was designed and would be perfectly fit for this lots. The fair market value is pushed up at 22. He's offering 45, and then to carry over to also for management fee and the attorney fee for a total of $50,000. push on where we can actually keep developing and also take some helping them, helping us to say, hey, this is credibility with this project. Partnership with them and all that good stuff. We already had great conversations, so we said, hey, let's do it, make it happen. That way we can generate some actual tax income to us.
And that total purchase price for them would be $5,400, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Board members, questions, comments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
The motion has been made by Ms. Karen Gordon and properly seconded by Mr. Ryan Downs to sell the property held by Housing and Community Development at 1464 Brown Street for the price of $5,400 to Property Brothers and Sisters Holding LLC. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Item 2E, approved request from Andre Smith to purchase land bank parcel located at 2388 Quail Court East for combination with the adjacent parcel at 2390 Quail Court East. Ms. Jones.
So, yes, Mr. Smith is the owner at 2390 Quail Court East, and he just wants to acquire his adjacent parcel, clean up and clean it up. When we look at the price sheet, keep in mind that we do offer adjacent property owners looking to combine properties a 50% discount. So when you're looking at that total on our side, what our asking price, you can subtract $6,000 from that. And that'll give you the price with the demolition fee. We're asking that the demolition fee be extinguished though. So our asking price with that demolition fee extinguished would be $12,000. Mr. Smith is offering $10,000. He has paid his $6,000 deposit already and would be bringing $4,000 to closing. He also included photos of the property. As you can see, it's pretty overgrown, so it would definitely be a project for him. And we are recommending it.
Okay, and staff is good with the $10,000 count.
Yes.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Scott Roundtree and seconded by Mr. Ryan Downs to sell the property located at 2388 Quail Court East for the price of $10,000 to Mr. Andre Smith. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, item 2F, approved request from Robert W. Lee to purchase land bank parcel located at 2214 Grand Boulevard for combination with the parcel at 2216 Grand Boulevard. Ms. Jones.
Yes, so something Mr. Lee would be here. He owns 2216 Grand Boulevard. Over the years, he's been maintaining 2214 Grand Boulevard. He wants to clean it up and combine it with his parcel. He also wants to own it so that he's able to offer property to the church next door. He has paid his $6,000 deposit covering our fees and legal fees, which we asked for. He is asking to get the parcel at no cost other than that. He is aware that you will be able to, as the board, counter offer that. He has been cleaning the parcel up all these years. That was one of his justifications for the price, the thousands he spent after Hurricane Helene, so on and so forth. And I will say on his behalf, I quickly went through my email to see if we had any code enforcement requests about this parcel. And aside from one we got last week about some trees that he cut up and he needs to remove that we've already talked about, we haven't gotten any requests since I've been in this position. So that's his justification, but of course, the board's decision.
Okay, one of the things I want to say about this area is part of the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, what we term GIC, which is a program that we're working with the University of Georgia, the City of Augusta, and other partners are working with the University of Georgia to help revitalize that area. As a result, we have not allowed purchases of property in that area, either through tax sale or through land bank sales, in order to give the city an opportunity to help revitalize that neighborhood. Correct. This one was a little different, only because it is combining a property with a current property owner. In other words, the person who lives next door is adjoining that to their current property, and because they have been maintaining it is the only reason this one was considered. All of that having been said, board, any recommendations?
Also, real quick, I wanna say that the same rule also applies with the 50% discount as the last person. So we're using 3,500, cut that in half, that would actually be our asking prices.
And then if I may, Mr. Chairman, just to add for board consideration, if you could pull themes and then FEMA. Upon the agenda going for chairman approval, we did have the opportunity to have conversation, and we felt very confident in supporting this application because it sits not only in the 100-year inundated floodplain, but in the floodway. It's not one for consideration with Habitat for Humanity for that exact reason. We know we'll never be able to build it out and meet those specifications, so we were very confident in selling this property.
Motion to approve.
Second? I'll second that one. Motion has been made by Ms. Karen Gordon and properly seconded by Mr. Chris Johnson to approve the sale of 2216 Grand Boulevard to Mr. Robert W. Lee for the price of $6,000. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, item 2G, request from CD Capital Investment LLC to purchase land bank parcels located at 2215 Sullivan Road, 1639 Lucky Street, and 1637 Lucky Street for construction of single-family housing. Ms. Clark is.
No, we're gonna request to move that one last time to the March agenda, something
Okay.
came up and they were able to make it.
Okay, so we're gonna move this one out to next month. Okay, item 2H. Approve request from Bria Ellis to purchase HCD parcel located at 1241 12th Street. Mr. Mann.
I see Mr. Arnett's actually here
Yes.
to talk about that one.
Yes, I am. Okay, ACD redevelopment went into a partnership with the developer Honda Habitat, Ms. Bria Ellis. A few years back, we've done about 3 or 4 homes with her off of 20th Street in Macon. So she's well endowed of being able to put towards funding to push forward with many projects. At this time, ACD redevelopment went into a dealings with her on for 1241 12th Street. We acquired them. We had about 7 properties in which we combined them and set them off on one lot where we could do an actual full development of townhomes. So it's going to be considered 9 townhomes out in that area off the corner of 12th Street and Florence. Yes, 12th Street and Florence, as you can see. So she's wanting to move forward without the funding from ACD, and they want to rent her these properties so that she can move forward with actually developing the rest of the project. She's offered us $15,400 for a whole combination of the lots, and then of course $400 for attorney fee and $500 land fee, total of $16,000.
So the total price for that sale is $16,300, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, board. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Chris Johnson, properly seconded by Mr. Scott Roundtree, to sell the Housing and Community Development held property at 1241 12th Street to Ms. Bria Ellis for the price of $16,300. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. Ayes have it. Okay. Item 2I. Approved listing of 2669, I'm sorry, let me try it again. Approved listing of 2619 Deansbridge Road for sale and enter into contract with Beeman Group to serve as the listing agent for sale. Mr. Manning.
Yes, this is a property that was donated to the land bank, I believe in 2021 or 22.
Yes, sir.
We tried to find some traction with it on our own, see if we could not get it sold to the developer, but had no luck. And this time we were asking board approval to authorize the chairman to execute a contract with the Beaman Group to have them list the property for sale on behalf of the land bank. The price that the Beaman Group has sent us to suggest it was $95,000 to list it. So we need approval for that dollar amount as well. There is a contract which I will bring to the chairman to sign later, but originally had some language about possibly leasing the property as well, which we were good. It's just a contract to sell. We're not interested. We need approval to execute that contract.
Second.
It come out my mouth in a second. They got said this enough today. Motion has been made by Mr. Savante Vassar and properly seconded by Mr. Ryan Downs. Seconded by Mr. Ryan Downs to enter into contract with Beaman Group for the sale of land bank property at 2619 Deans Bridge Road for the price of $95,000, giving the chairman of the land bank the authority to enter into agreement. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. And do we have anything for a legal session?
We do. Do you want to take care of the last two? Or
Yes, we'll skip that before. And then we'll come back. Sounds.
That's okay with you, Sean?
Yes, yes.
Okay, we do have an item for legal session, but before we do that, we're going to go ahead and take care of the items for discussion in section 4, and then we will go to legal session. Item 4A, update on foreclosures and donation listings. Mr. Mann.
No real updates on donations or foreclosures. As you can see, got a lot of pending foreclosures. Got a hearing date coming up for October to sell those, and then we'll have a pretty large sale. I guess it'll be in maybe April, possibly May. Those are all requests from third parties, so once those go through and they're successful, we'll have a lot of activity this summer on putting property back into taxable property. Because right now, obviously, they're all delinquent in taxes, or else they would be on 4%.
Board, any questions or comments from Mr. Mann? Okay, accept that as information. Item 4B, discuss updated land bank fee structure. Mr. Edwards.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. So, upon presentation at our last Finance Committee meeting, it was noted again that budgets for 2026 for NGOs have been cut. And as our board is aware, coming out of Finance Committee meeting, going into the full board meeting, that was a 50% cut to what is allocated from the city of Augusta. Our intention through our goal setting was to increase productivity, but was pushed back against was also making some adjustments in how we do business so that we're not having to sell more just to compensate. And so Ms. Jones has to get credit for giving the idea of us looking at what our fee structure is. So the board may not completely be aware that when you look at a pricing sheet for a piece of property that is a non-judicial sale, typically October 5th, 2021, you'll see a red line item that says $1,500. So although the land bank receives $1,000 in fees, $500 for admin, $500 for application, we then take $500 of our proceeds and add that to the debarment fee. What we are suggesting to the board as a potential change in how we do policy is that that legal costs also go to the customer. So they would not only pay in full for the clearing of their title, but they would be responsible for the barring of the right to redeem. That savings to us of $500 plus the $1,000 that we would now recoup on each of those applications in about half of what our sales were last year, as noted in Ms. Jones' presentation for end of year, would make up that difference in our budget. So we are asking the board to we're asking permission. We're asking the board for its approval and support changing our current fee structure to move what has now typically been a staff-related expense to the customer when purchasing a non-judicial sale property. It will not affect properties that do not have that status, which is about half of our inventory. But if an individual purchases a property where Mr. Manton does need to borrow that right to redeem, that will be a cost they will bring in as part of their deposit up front, and that will be transferred to his office.
And let me say, from the tax commission, I'm going to change hats for a second.
Yes, sir.
Non-judicial, there's two different types of tax sales. There's a judicial sale and there's non-judicial sale. Judicial sale, which is what most of the properties that we have in the land bank process, is when the attorney sues the property owner on behalf of the tax commissioner in Superior Court. If and when the Superior Court judge gives the tax commissioner the authority, then that property is taken to a public sale, and then we proceed, if the land bank is able to get that property at the public sale, then we proceed with the sale of that property to the interested party. In a non-judicial sale, there is no, you don't go to court. It requires that the winning bidder at the auction hold that property for 365 days before they can actually bar the right to redeem. So if you came to one of my tax sales on the first Tuesday of the month and you purchase a property at a non-judicial tax sale, you'd have to wait for a year. And then once that year is over, then you would have to go and bar the original owner's right to redeem. You would. Several years ago, the land bank took in approximately 200 non-judicial properties.
130.
130 non-judicial properties. And what we did at that time was says, hey, we'll take care of that fee. Under normal circumstances, if you purchased it at a tax sale, you would take care of that fee. All that the land bank is doing in this situation is following what would happen at a normal tax sale. If the person is the purchaser of a property at a normal tax sale, is paid that debarment price.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion has been made by Mr. Ryan Downs and seconded by Ms. Karen Gordon to allow the Augusta, Georgia Land Bank to change its fee structure such that all debarment fees are paid by the purchaser. All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposers, nay. The ayes have it. Okay, it is 2:31 p.m. Make a motion for the Augusta, Georgia Land Bank to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing legal matters and or sale of property and or personnel issues. Have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made by Chris Johnson and properly seconded by Mr. Ryan Downs to go into executive session at 2:31 p.m. All in favor, aye. Aye.